Well, howdy. It's good to see you again. We've kind of missed you around here. We've been shut down since about March the 17th, but we're getting ready to open back up again here at the Memorial, and we're glad to have you. You know, Will said nothing makes a man any more broad-minded than adversity, and we have certainly been through adversity. Now, when we talk about adversity, Will went through the Spanish flu, 1917. He went through the diphtheria epidemic, 1920, which actually took the life of one of his sons. So he went through some things. He came through them and really blossomed later on. We're hoping to do the same thing. And along with that, we're going to have to make some changes. We don't like the word change, but we're going to have to do some things differently when you come in here. Safety is our main event. We're after safety. We want everybody to be safe when you come. Now, we're not going to force you to, but we'd like for you to, when you come in, wear your mask. It's a courtesy to other people. Let them know that you're harmless. Now, I'm not going to wear mine right now because obviously I can't talk with it on, but I've got it here ready to put on when we do go inside. So let's go inside and see what kind of changes we have made. When you come in, we still charge like we always have, but we're not raising the fees for any kind of a COVID tax or anything. But after you have paid your entry fee here, you will be given a ticket. These tickets will have a seat number on them so that if you go into the theater, you can be placed accordingly and everybody won't be crammed together. You will be given a pen. We'd kind of like for you to sign your name and where you come from over here on this side with it. You don't have to, but we'd like to keep a record of it. This pen also has a stylus on one end so that when you're in the Memorial, if you want to use a touch screen, you don't have to use your finger. You may use this. We'll have a lot of sanitary facilities. We have the usual wipes as you come into the Memorial. And just about every room that you go into, you will be able to cleanse your hands. Okay? Let's go in the Memorial. Our galleries in the Memorial are pretty large, but still yet we would kind of like for you to follow some directions. You ought to be in the habit of following arrows by now. So if there's no one here, it's not that big a deal, but if there's more than one person to keep out of each other's face, let's follow these arrows around. Now, the stylus I told you about, pencil on one end, stylus on the other, you can use it on the touch screens. You can see what Will said about each one of these different states if you want to touch these things. Now, most of our galleries are pretty good size, but we do have a few small galleries, such as the radio room. When you're in here, you really can't get very far away from each other, so we'd probably be a good idea if you would separate a little bit and have our social distancing once again when you go into the small areas, maybe one family at a time. As we enter each room, you have the opportunity, if you choose, to sanitize those hands again. You can sanitize going in, you can sanitize going out. I've already sanitized so many times, I don't think the FBI could find a fingerprint on my hand. Of all the galleries in this museum, this is probably my favorite one. This is the theater, the multi-purpose room. We use this for any kind of a large gathering. However, we still want to use our social distancing. That's where these tickets come in. We have the red side, which is marked with the dog iron, Will's brand. And then we have the WR, which is marked for, of course, Will Rogers. Each one of the seats has a number on it, and you will be spaced accordingly, red or blue. These will be given out at the door that way, and you can keep your distancing that way. Now, after you found your seat that you want, come back over here with your stylus. If something is not playing on the big screen up there, you have a choice. We have this kiosk over here that we can use our stylus, and we can choose what we want to see. For instance, maybe want to choose the roping fool. That's the movie of Will doing his roping tricks. I'm going to come over here and sit down, and this is probably about G8 right here. I'm going to sit down and watch this movie. We're down in the children's area. It's the downstairs area where the children have an interactive play. We're closed right now, We will open later. If you can check with the website or make a phone call to our office and find out when we are going to be open. Now this is not real large in here, and there's a lot of motion going on. One family at a time. Let's have one family at a time in here when they're playing, and don't forget, playing those hands. After you've been through the memorial, probably the last stop that you'd like to make would be the gift shop. Before you go in, you might want to clean those hands one more time, because you can handle some things in here without leaving any germs behind, and everybody else will feel a little better about it. Now, if you want souvenirs, we have souvenirs. If you would like some of Will's quotes, we have books in there about Will's life. We have a lot of his quotes. Now, you cannot have a book with all of his quotes because he made too many quotes. You have to have parts of it because it would be a book about that big. We want to thank you for coming, and we hope that you'll pass it on to your friends about your experiences. If you did enjoy it, be sure and tell them. If you didn't enjoy it or we did something you didn't like, please let us know. So we'll see you again soon, we hope.